Sean, I think it's fair to say, they score their goals in an 11-minute span, both sides of half. Do you kind of put that down to was it moments of quality from them?
I think probably more moments of us not doing the job right on the set pieces. I think that's the disappointing thing. What I look at now is in open play and in the games going on. I think we're a really good match for them, but we didn't do the job on a couple of set plays, and that's disappointing. And also, we have a chance at 1-0 to go 2-0. Gives us a little bit more of a cushion, and then even the chance at the end to make it an interesting 5 minutes if Bruno puts it in. It might get us back into it, but overall, playing against a really good team, I think we've given a good show for ourselves other than the set plays.
When it is a game like that, when it's set plays and they score their goals in such a small amount of time, is it difficult to dissect kind of the big picture?
No, because I have to do that. I have to think about, we've got a huge game on Wednesday. Then we travel to, Charleston, which again is a difficult place to go to, and they're playing some really good football. So we need everybody on side, and we've got to quickly get over this as best as we can, and and then try and pick some points up, especially Wednesday night.
You mentioned the chance to go 2-0 up. There's probably a couple different times that you're referring to. Was it just taking the chance in the final third?
There's that, yeah. Malik's gone through a couple of times, but I thought the cross that Cunha did for Romario, I think that's the one where I'm thinking, you land that ball on Romario in the 6-yard box and in between the 6 and the penalty spot. Generally, he's scoring there, and he'll be disappointed with that. But I can't fault the effort and the commitment of the players. They were fantastic right up until the last whistle, but we probably did lack that quality in the right time. But in terms of effort and commitment, I'm really pleased that the lads have showed up again. We need to do that on Wednesday.
Was there anything in those, after it was 3-1, anything that you really liked what you saw in the last sort of 30 minutes?
No, because the game becomes a bit stretched then, and we start, trying to get the ball forward earlier to the 4 players up front. We ended with, 2 wingers, 2 centre forwards, and part of that thinking was as well, we've got that game Wednesday, and I need to, burn a couple of them players out a little bit. I don't want to, burn them out. I've wanted to give Malik a bit of a rest, and I also thought if we had a bit more pace and in wide areas with Ollie and Elliot coming on fresher legs, we might get some opportunities, but wasn't to be.
Do you think, though, seeing kind of just general performance-wise, that you have a picture of how to go after them when you're down in Louisville later this season?
Yeah. I thought we did really well in terms of the first 20 minutes. Tactically, we were very good. Forced them to change what they did. Obviously, they've got some really good players, and they adapted to that change really well. And it's an unbelievable goal to get themselves back into it at 1-1 at half time. We're going to have to come up with something else when we go and play them up there. But we've got a lot of games before then we need to take care of.
Down 3-1. Clearly, you're going for goals at the end. Do you take any solace in knowing that you didn't give up another one, just as stretched as that game could be? It could have easily been 4 or 5 if they had taken some.
Yeah. I can't remember the chances to say at 3-1, but I did think to myself, we are leaving ourselves wide open here, 1 versus 1, because obviously they're just then heading the ball and then counter-attacking with 3 and 4 players. But I don't think it really went anywhere, and I'm quite fortunate on that because, like I said, we took a risk, and that's happened to us before where, the ball's broke to them and they've got the extra goal. But I just feel as though we needed to get the ball into their half and have numbers in their box, and we're playing right in front of our supporters, and our supporters, deserve a goal or deserve us to be going up there rather than keeping possession of the ball at the back and just leaving it at 3-1. So yeah, I opened it up, but yeah, maybe fortunate it didn't go any further, but I think they're also fortunate that we didn't make it 3-2, because I think Bruno's got to score.
Anything else you want to add?
No, just that I know that this is your last game, and
Going to Charleston, but
at home, and I'll be this for 18 months. You've been one of the best individuals that I've worked with, professional. Everything you do is first class, and I just want to make sure you have a good time in your last 2 games. Okay? Top man.